Yakov22, appreciate the super chat contribution. Thank you so much for that. Steve Dace, Michigan podcast, appears on here a number of times, and I go head on over there every Tuesday to record a segment with Steve. Was on one of the many podcasts from the giant media conglomeration there at Bucknuts. There are many podcasts.
That was posted this morning, and they talked for a good while about the coaching changes with the staff, where Jim Harbaugh is kind of at right now in his Michigan tenure, and the rivalry, I think, with Ohio State and Michigan. And, Steve's very realistic about where things are at right now. And, I think from their standpoint, I think they've come to grips with how bad things have been and are starting to look themselves in the mirror and realizing that we just can't win championships based on the brand name anymore. We have to go out and work a plan, which as I've said ad infinitum, I just look waiting for the guy to try. I'm just waiting for the guy to try, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and said here many times, Jim Harbaugh lost his energy and needed to be re-energized, or they needed somebody else with energy to come in. So I think any move at this point is a good move. They brought in some young guys to bolster the recruiting. We know Sherrone Moore can recruit. He's done that well for Michigan, and now he'll move to the offensive line, I think, from his tight end position. But Mike Hart is a good addition. So you've got some guys who can recruit. I wonder how much better they'll make their own players. How good can they coach? And I think that's something we don't know yet. And there is still the aspect of developing your players. And I think they will be better at recruiting because there'll be more energy there. And they'll probably focus their attention outside of New England, which I think will be a good thing, frankly. It's a big, wide country out there. And it doesn't just have to take place in Rhode Island and Connecticut and Massachusetts. There are more states out there for them to recruit, and so they will do that. I think they'll do it, but I think they need to use their brand, but also use it. Not just we're Michigan, you'll come to us. No, they have to go into every school and be present when they are allowed to actually go back into school. So I think it's a positive, but we'll see on the field exactly how much of a positive it is. It might be, how when coaches are introduced, they can win or lose the press conference. I think this is winning the press conference. We'll see if it goes beyond that on the field.
Tony, I'm going to diagnose your ribbing of Michigan sometime, and I'm going to look at their roster and compare that to other Big Ten rosters in regards to the concentration there in the Northeast.
Well, I stand firm on my thought that they go too much to the Northeast. Yes. So if we want to, that might be an interesting exercise to see who has maybe Maryland, but I don't even know if they go that much into New England. Maybe not even Penn State, I don't think.
Yeah, of course, they're happy about, running back coach Mike Hart coming in from Indiana. He certainly would have, I'm sure, the secret formula in beating Ohio State.
Little brother.
Right, I guess he would.
No, but you know what? He came close a couple times. He's come close as a coach. And really, just coming close at this point for Michigan is a win.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I'll address that Dalton Moore. That's a great question. Who's going to wear the Block O after Jonathan Cooper debuted it this past year? And what a tremendous tradition that is going to be, I think, going forward. I think of two guys, and I think the first guy they go to is Chris Olave and say, okay, you switched what was he, number 2 this year? Do you want to switch to the Block O and be the guy who wears this? And if he's within his right mind, he might say yes or no, could say no, say give it to the guy who really deserves it, and that's probably Haskell Garrett. I think to be shot in the face and make the sacrifices, obviously, he could be in the NFL. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Of course, Olave too. Can't go wrong with either one of them. Let's just say that. Maybe they both get it because you could wear one on offense and one on defense. That'd be very fitting. So those are the two guys that in my mind are head and shoulders from the senior class way out there. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, The reason I think it'll be Haskell Garrett, for one, obviously what he's been through, and then to overcome all of that and be named a first team All-American, and by at least one outlet, and
couple
also
of places, yeah,
and then also a third team All Big Ten by I think the Big Ten coaches, and honorable mention by maybe the media, but that's another thing. But being an All-American, Chris Olave, then it would kind of upset his brand at Ohio State, his CO2 brand. That that's one of the things Ohio State does for their players. It creates branding for them, and his is the CO2 thing that he likes, and so that might interfere with that, and it just makes it easier if Haskell Garrett is the guy. And man, to get that guy back, because they need him back more than they need Chris Olave back, in my opinion. And Chris Olave is going to be an all-time great at Ohio State, probably the all-time receiving yardage leader when he leaves, and all-time touchdown catch leader. But if they didn't have Haskell Garrett back this year, and they had also lost Tommy Togiai, they'd be awfully thin on the inside, and they're going to be kind of thin as it is. By having him back, at least they have a semblance of a leader, a proven productive player who can make plays and just lead, because that's what he did this year. And I think if you were able to lead during 2020, 2021 might be a breeze.